Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Idle Zeros. Welcome to the legacy account. What I mean by that is we're only going to be using old school mechanics until I declare it is time to move forward with them. This account is very, very fresh. You'll notice we're on Chapter 5 of the Newbie Growth Plan. We have never even fused a 5-star hero, so this account is very much in its infancy, with one exception. It is level 89. And that's because I started it a while ago during Anniversary, so I could accumulate heroic summon scrolls so that we could expedite the process of whatever account this was going to be. But so this is going to be a legacy account. Here's our bag. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got a pretty awesome start here. Um, so what is a legacy account? What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that every hero that was released after I quit for the first time. So this is a rather arbitrary time frame that I'm choosing. Um, I always complain about how late game kind of sucks nowadays. And so what I want to do is I want to see if that is actually the case and recreate what the old school game was like by basically simulating it right here. So there is something called the Idle Heroes retrospective. It's in the Idle Heroes discussion Discord server. And it basically shows all the hero releases in terms of their dates up to 4Cs. So, what I have decreed is that every hero released before, every hero released after Oberon, because I quit right before Amun-Ra was released at Anniversary of 2019. So every hero released after Amun-Ra is banned. So we're going to go through that and we're going to look at every hero that I'm not allowed to use. And then every hero before then will be, of course, fair game. Right. So let's take a look. In the Shadow faction, the most recent Shadow faction after Amun-Ra was released was Guston. So that means this whole top row here, Betty, Azrael, Annabelle, Anki, Eloise, Tix, Ithaca, and Guston are all banned, meaning the most recent Shadow hero I'm allowed to build is Horus, which is good. Next up, Fortress faction. Penny came out right after Amun-Ra. So again, the top row. I am not allowed to use Ilamok, Holmes Young, Saja, Fiona, Inosuke, Sherlock, Unimax, or Penny. I am allowed to use Sia, Valentino, and Sigmund, though. So yeah, these are the limitations of the heroes. Proceeding on, Nakia was released immediately after Penny. So again, the whole top row here, I'm not allowed to build Gagi, Arania, Natasha, Waldeck, Morax, Ignis, Delacium, or Nakia. I am allowed to build Cthulhu, King Barton, Cruz, and everybody beforehand. Moving along. Forest faction. This one's going to hurt a little bit. I'm not allowed to build Garuda. Whole top row again. So Geester, Freya, Siahu, Gloria, Flora, Rogan, Olivia, and Garuda are all banned. I'm not allowed to use them. Whether or not I'm allowed to use them as food and build them up as 10 stars, I think I'm allowed to do that. They will be allowed to be permitted as food heroes. They are not allowed to be deployed in battle. I think that is my rule. Dark faction, everybody Amun-Ra and after. So I'm not allowed to use Amun-Ra, Carrie, Drake, Forces, Mockman, or Elena. I am allowed to use Aspen and everybody before. Light faction. Tara was released after Amun-Ra, so I am allowed to use Ada and everybody before. Let's ban Ada as well. Ada is banned, so Belrain is the most recent hero from the Light faction that I am allowed to use. Entire top row is banned, and that brings us to the Transcendus faction, to which I'll just say we'll get there when we get there. This isn't really an issue we need to establish right now. because I'm obviously not allowed to build most of them in their non-transforms. I'm allowed to build the first six, and then Eos and forward, I'm not allowed to build their normal version anyway. Um, but yeah, we'll get to the Transcendence Hero issue when we get there. Now, in terms of game mechanics, we need to talk about what I am and am not allowed to use. So, for the sake of consistency, I thought it would be a little bit lame, for example, if I said, all right, well, I can't use any of these heroes, but I am allowed to use Treasure Train. That's really lame. So we will not be using Treasure Train. Treasure Train is banned. Awakens are banned, so I will just be accumulating contract starry gems. I will be awakening heroes for the free awakens. However, they will be immediately retired and or sold on the auction market, and the currency will just be saved up. Stellar Shards came out after Amun-Ra, so they are banned until the point at which I decide they are warranted. So what will that mean? That will mean the point at which I am incapable of making progress with my current restrictions is when I will start to introduce game mechanics in the order that they were released in. So what does that mean? Well, that means I can't use Treasure Train, I can't use Awakens, I can't use Stellar Shards, I can't use Cloud Island Tenants, and I cannot use upgrades for artifacts. I can't use Resonance Gear. I mean, not that we're going to need to anyway, it's going to be a while. Their class suits were around, but Resonance Gear was not, if I recall correctly. By all means, correct me if I'm wrong. In addition, I may. What was I about to do? I'm having like a schizo moment. Oh, I got it. Okay. So, what I might do is ban all artifacts that were released after Amun-Ra as well. So not only can I not upgrade any artifacts ever until I deem it necessary, we also cannot build certain artifacts simpliciter. So, for example, I'm looking at the chart right now. Let's see. Here. I'll play around with my phone too, so that we can watch. Ormus Workshop. Okay, so these are displayed, I think, in the order in which they were released. Am I mistaken? I am mistaken. Yeah, it looks like Demon Bell was the first Splendid artifact to come out. Followed closely by Antler's Cane, Magic Stone Sword, AMB, and Punisher. Okay, so the Amun-Ra came out July 6th, 2019. So 2019, July, I am not allowed. Shit. I'm not allowed to build Golden Crown. That's nice. Or Rui Scepter. So Golden Crown and Rui Scepter are both banned. Oh, jeez. What am I doing? This is going to be a disaster. But I think we can do it. Progress is just going to be slow, but we're going to go at our own pace. This is, of course, going to be free to play, unless I get addicted to it. But I doubt that'll be the case. So, what I have decided is that these are the rules. I'm not allowed to upgrade artifacts. I'm not allowed to use heroes released after Amun-Ra, including Amun-Ra. I'm not allowed to build Ada either. Yeah. No artifacts released after Amun-Ra. No Stellar Shards. Pretty much nothing new. No Awakens, no Treasure Train. We're going to see how far we can go. So that will be fun. We're allowed to use E5s, of course. So where does that put us? We have 1,300 Heroic Summon Scrolls for us to use this Christmas, probably. So that will be 6 copies of a hero of my choosing. So what the plan is we'll just go through, we'll disassemble these garbage things. There we go, very nice. We'll go through the hero list and we'll look at potential candidates here. So Eloise, of course, is banned, obviously, and Ticks. So those are two big early game clearers that I'm not allowed to use, as well as their supports. So Ignis and Waldeck are often used. So we're not allowed to use Ignis, which means crowd control from the enemy is going to be an issue. So how do we solve this? Well, if we take a look, where is it? Here. With every 3 successful blocks, Horus dispels all effects of being controlled on self. Deals 20% of max HP damage on 3 random enemies. So Horus is probably going to be our main carry because he is crazy strong. I'm not super surprised about that. We also need to start considering who his supports will be. Guild tech sharing is going to be very, very nice. So we're gonna need probably some healers as well. That'll be cool. Um, so Horus is a warrior. Cool. So we can build. That's a ranger. Corpse Demon is an option, but I think he's kind of bad. Uh, let's see. Sigmund will build to 10 star because he's good against bosses. I think that sounds like a good idea so far. Let's see. Cruz we will build, absolutely. Cruz is a busted hero. He's still pretty strong. I mean, he can't compare to heroes nowadays. However, when HP drops below 50% for the first time, has a 70% chance to stun all enemies. That's awesome. Um, Reduce armor. So he buffs the damage that we do to them. He restores some health, and then this one he inflicts a weakness mark, which basically they take 50% more damage, which will be excellent for us. We probably won't build Berea, although he was pretty cool. He was very strong back when I was around the first time. Okay, so the elephant in the room now is Valkyrie. Because if you don't remember, she was like the most dominant force in the game for a while. So what I think we might do is we'll at least accumulate her copies, but we won't build her unless I deem it necessary. Who we will build, however, is Vesa. I think she will be a very nice support, and she will share priest tech with Cruz. So we're basically just going to be building the Wrath of God Dream Team. Who, if you are new to Idle Heroes and either have not heard of him or have heard but have not watched him, I think he's the greatest Idle Heroes content creator that has ever walked the earth. I don't know what he's doing these days. I hope he's well. But he has several hundreds of videos on Idle Heroes. He's charismatic and he's funny, and I implore you to check him out and give him some views. You will enjoy it. I can basically guarantee it. Crowd control. Wouldn't it be fun if we built Demon Hunter? I think we might build Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter and Ice Blink, the old school CC Dream Team. That would be very funny. What I might do is we could even introduce game mechanics in order as they were released. So, for example, when I played, 10 stars weren't a thing for a while. 9 star was the highest you could go. So we might like say 9 stars the cap until we get a full team of 9 stars, and then we can upgrade from there. That might be fun. We already have a Demon Hunter. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I think this sounds like a very promising series. I think it's gonna be fun. But now we can turn our attention to the Dark Heroes. If we do introduce tenants, Aspen is a Horus tenant, and Horus is an Aspen tenant. So that will be very helpful for us in the future. I'll do some research as to when these mechanics were introduced. So we will have some versatility there. They also share tech. So Aspen might become part of the team rather quickly. Life is going to suck without Carrier Drake, but it is what it is. This is what we're doing. Do I build Dasmog? I don't know. This is so cool. He sucks. He's really bad. He's really, really bad. But he was really awesome back in the day. So I don't know. We'll probably just collect Dark Heroes. Asmodel. we could build, but I feel like we'll be dipping too much into the damage dealer realm with too many of those and not enough supporters, because we do need supporters if we're doing an account like this. So I might build Belrain, who will again share Priest Tech. So I don't know. This will be cool. I think this will be very cool. But let me know what your thoughts are about this series. I hope you are excited for it. If you would like to play along with me, you can start a new account. This is server 126 on iOS. So if you would like to start with me, I'll start a guild. I would appreciate it if you didn't like spend and just completely outshine me, because I want to reap the guild boss rewards. But if you are at all interested in playing along with this series, I would love to be in a guild with you all. Even if you want to impose this challenge upon yourself, I think that would be really awesome. But yeah, Crystal Crown League gone already, so this will suck for everybody who wants to participate. But I think this sounds like a really fun idea. Let me know your thoughts, and with that, have a good day, everybody.